Hello friends, welcome to Adam's Farmhouse Kitchen. I thought I would show you a quick and easy recipe for tapioca pudding. It's so simple, and I'll show you how to dish it up after it is chilled. The simplest ingredients and the simplest recipe. So in our pot, we have 2 3/4 cups of whole milk, 1/3 cup of granulated sugar, 3 tablespoons of minute tapioca, and 1 whole egg. And I usually like to put it all in the pot and leave it for about 15 minutes. And this gives your tapioca a chance to sort of pre-absorb some of the milk and become moist before you cook it. And then we're going to cook it to boiling point and turn it off. And then we will add our vanilla at the end. You always want to make sure and add your vanilla at the very end so that it doesn't evaporate all out of the dish. So let's get started, and we're going to cook this until it comes to a boil. All right, so we have our milk and our sugar and our tapioca and our egg all here in this pot. And I'm going to stir this sort of in a figure 8, and this is going to come to a boil. And once it does, we'll turn it off and add our vanilla. And then I'll give you a simple tip on how to cool this fast if you're in a pinch. This makes a great dessert during the holidays or during the summer when it's hot outside. There's nothing better than a delicious glass of chilled tapioca pudding. So you can see the tapioca is starting to sort of thicken, and we're just continuing to stir it here in a figure 8. And when it comes to the boil, the tapioca will thicken totally. And the longer it sets and the cooler it gets, the more solid and set up your pudding will be. And you can see there, it is starting to sort of gain some volume, and that's good. You want a pot that's going to be big enough to hold all of this. And we're just continuing to stir in that figure 8 so it doesn't stick on the bottom of the pan. And you see it's kind of frothy, it's kind of getting a little bit frothy, and the tapioca is starting to thicken now. And it's almost to the boil. And we're going to stir this. We're going to let it boil there just for a moment. You can see there. And now we're going to turn the fire off. And we're going to set it over here to the side. And we're going to stir that just for a minute, because we're going to have some carryover cooking with that. This is really delicious. It really is. Nothing like a chilled glass of tapioca pudding, and it's so simple to make. Okay, so now we're going to add in some vanilla, about a teaspoon or 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to whisk that in really good. You can see there how the tapioca has started to thicken here in the pot. So if we're in a hurry, a little tip: if you want to fast cool this, run you a sink full of ice cold water and set this bowl down in it and stir it until it cools to room temperature or a little bit below that. Then you can put it in a bowl of your choice and then cover it with some cling film, because if you don't put some cling film on the top of the pudding before you put it into the refrigerator, it will get this the skim on the top of it. So put that on the top, refrigerate it, and then I'm going to show you how to dish up a beautiful glass of chilled tapioca pudding. All right, well, we have our beautiful chilled tapioca pudding, and you see I put some cling film on the top to keep it from getting a skim over the top. And you can see there, it is set up. It really is delicious. So I will put that right there. And we have 2 of these beautiful champagne goblets. These are actually made in West Virginia. And so let's go ahead, and you can see the consistency of the tapioca pudding after it sets up. So we're going to put some in our beautiful presentation goblets. And this is so delicious. Just like that. And then I'm going to show you how to do a garnish. All right, our tapioca pudding is presented in these beautiful goblets, and I'm going to show you how to do an orange garnishment, which takes just a second. And it's edible too, and it looks pretty. So we've got us a beautiful whole orange here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this orange. I'm going to cut a couple of slices sort of out of the middle part. And we'll do a little bit like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of cut these down the middle like so. And then we can sort of just give these a little bit of a twist like that. And we'll put that right on the top. And there's that. And now you have your beautiful tapioca pudding. I think we should try it. That's delicious. Cold, cool, and refreshing. So try it out. It's a very easy, simple recipe, and I think that you and your family will love it.